Romans 12:16 CEV. Be friendly with everyone. Don't be proud and feel that you are smarter than others. Make friends with ordinary people. Ashley was my best friend in middle school, but soon the pull of the popular crowd put a strain on our friendship. She wanted to join the popular girls, and I didn't. Eventually our choices led us in different directions and our friendship dissolved. It wasn't an abrupt end but rather a gradual drifting apart. We started noticing the small differences that grew into larger gaps. Our interests, once so aligned, began to diverge. She was drawn to the allure of popularity, while I found solace in quieter, more introspective pursuits. The paths we chose were reflective of our evolving identities, and it became clear that we were no longer walking the same road. Her popular friends dictated who she could hang out with, and I wasn't cool enough for them. It was a painful realization, but one that I had to accept. I remember the days when we would spend hours talking about our dreams and fears, but those conversations became less frequent. She was swept up in a whirlwind of social events, parties, and the constant need to fit in. I, on the other hand, found myself on the outside looking in, feeling more isolated with each passing day. The laughter and camaraderie that once defined our friendship were now shared with others, and I was left with a sense of longing for what used to be. Our senior year in high school, Ashley apologized to me and asked if we could be friends again. It was a moment I had longed for, yet it was also filled with uncertainty. Could we really go back to the way things were? We sat down and talked, really talked, for the first time in what felt like ages. She opened up about the pressures she faced, the expectations that weighed heavily on her shoulders. I shared my own struggles, the loneliness I felt, and the void her absence had created in my life. It was a cathartic experience, one that allowed us to see each other in a new light. We realized that despite the different directions our lives had taken, the bond we shared was still there, waiting to be rekindled. It wasn't an easy journey, but we were both willing to make the effort to rebuild our friendship. We promised to be more understanding, to communicate better, and to support each other no matter what. And in that moment I felt a glimmer of hope that maybe, just maybe, we could find our way back to each other. Her time with the popular crowd had changed her, and not in positive ways. She remembered the first day she was accepted into their circle. It felt like a dream come true. The attention, the parties, the social media likes, it was intoxicating. But as time went on, she began to notice the cracks in the facade, the constant pressure to look perfect, the backhanded compliments, the gossip. It all started to weigh on her. She felt like she was losing herself, becoming a version of someone she didn't recognize. The laughter she shared with them felt hollow, and the conversations were always about superficial things. She missed the days when she could be herself without fear of judgment. She missed the genuine connections she once had. She wanted genuine friendships again, not the plastic, shallow relationships she'd had for the last several years. She longed for the kind of friends who would be there for her through thick and thin, who would listen to her without judgment, and who would accept her for who she was. She remembered the friends she had before she joined the popular crowd. They were the ones who knew her quirks, her dreams, and her fears. They were the ones who made her laugh until her stomach hurt, and who comforted her when she was down. She realized that she had traded those precious friendships for a fleeting sense of popularity. It was a mistake she was determined to rectify. She wanted to rebuild those connections, to find people who valued her for her true self. She wanted to be more than a pretty face. She wanted to be liked for who she was. She wanted to pursue her passions and interests without worrying about what others thought. She wanted to paint, to write, to explore new hobbies, and to find joy in the little things. She wanted to surround herself with people who encouraged her to be her best self, who inspired her to grow and to learn. She knew it wouldn't be easy to break away from the popular crowd, but she was ready for the challenge. She was ready to rediscover herself and to build a life filled with genuine, meaningful relationships. She took a deep breath and made a promise to herself. From now on, she would prioritize authenticity over popularity, and she would never again lose sight of who she truly was. And my ordinary friendship is just what she needed. Are you friendly to everyone? To the scorned crowds, the ordinary crowds, and the popular crowds? Who do you have trouble loving? Why? How can you befriend that person today? God, I don't want to miss out on friendships. I know that every person I meet is a unique creation, with their own story, struggles, and joys. Help me to see beyond the surface, beyond the first impressions that can often be misleading. Let me look deeper, to see the heart and soul of each individual. Just because I can't look past someone's appearance doesn't mean I should miss out on the beauty of their character. Teach me to appreciate the diversity that you have created. to celebrate the differences that make each person special. Let me not judge others by their looks, their clothes, or their outward behavior, but to understand that everyone has a story worth hearing. Or behavior. Help me not to care about social status, wealth, or popularity. Remind me that true friendship is not about what someone can offer me, but about the connection we share, the support we give each other, and the love that binds us together. Let me be a friend who is there in times of need, who listens without judgment, and who offers a helping hand without expecting anything in return. But to offer my friendship and your love to everyone. Amen. May my actions reflect your love, may my words bring comfort and joy, and may my heart be open to forming genuine connections with those around me. Let me be a beacon of your light in a world that often feels dark and divided. Help me to build bridges, to mend broken relationships, and to be a source of peace and unity. Amen.